So many times when I ask, you haven't come to the meditation center, what happened? And many times I've seen, people replying that, oh, I didn't come because I was in this problem, or I had this going on, or, that going on. And so that's why I couldn't come, or I was busy with something, or, I was in a situation or whatever. But then recently I was talking to someone and I was telling that, do you go to the doctor when you're all fine, or when you go to the doctor when you're ill? Huh? When do you need the doctor most? Doctor, I'm fine now. Okay, I'm coming to you. Doctor will say, why are you coming? Right? We go to the doctor when we can't say to the doctor, now I'm feeling ill, I'll come when I'm okay. I need doctor the most when I'm unwell, so that I get the right prescription, the right medicines for healing, right? So in the same way, this also, the physical, this is also the same way, like, the soul-wise also the same thing. Many times we say, I got busy, or I had to deal with something, that's why I could not come for meditation. You need the most at that time. When you are mentally or, spiritually low, that's when you need more dosage. So you can't say that, because of this, I didn't come to the center, or I didn't come for meditation, or, so something that I can actually heal and transform in a couple of days by not coming to the center or by not meditating, I'm actually spending maybe 2 months to heal whatever I'm going through. Because to heal something, I need that kind of atmosphere, people around, the knowledge, all of this will heal. But if I am actually disconnecting from all of this and expect that I will deal with this quicker, or, I need to finish what I'm experiencing, that's like taking much more longer time to, heal from whatever we are going through. So this is something I cannot put aside, It's just like eating food every day. You need food for your body every single day. In the same way, this is food for the soul. Every single day, allowing your mind to experience the knowledge, experience the silence, experiencing that meditation. It's very, very important. But if I say, okay, I'm going to experience all of that, but at my own pace, it's okay at your own pace. But if I isolate from like-minded people, it becomes a little hard, meaning it takes a little more time, because if I may be doing what I'm doing, but I may be doing sometimes and sometimes I may not be doing, because I don't have like-minded people around me. Recently, somebody was saying that, oh, when I know this and I do it, but after, I don't know, after a few days again, I just stop doing it. But then that's because I'm not interacting with like-minded people. When I disconnect myself from like-minded people, then from that sort of company or friends, then it's very easy to get distracted and go back to what I was doing, or go back to square one, or just forget what I'm doing. And, until something hits and again I wake up and then I'm like, oh, no, I have to do this. So that sort of company, that sort of people around, that sort of atmosphere is also necessary, because out there, the atmosphere is very intense in the world, even at our own homes as well. The atmosphere is very different than what we experience at the centers. Because at the centers, the meditative vibes, the silence, the ambience will actually help. But at home, there are so many distractions, right? We have, because we've created that atmosphere of doing. So we tend to just go for doing, rather than being. So immediately we think, okay, I'm meditating, but then I'm still doing something, still something is going on in my mind. Or, there are distractions, there is phone, or there is something else, or people. So unless you create that sort of atmosphere at home, that's going to help. But still, it's very, very good when you come to the center. It helps. It helps to heal quicker. It helps to move forward faster. So, this kind of practice regularly is needed, very regularly needed. Otherwise, with the intensity of what's going on in the world, it's very, very easy to distract. Now, also when I do it, I have the interest to even share with others, or, help others also. But when I don't do it, then I don't know even how to help others. So, and the world needs our help. So many in the world are experiencing so many different things. Some have such issues with their mind, overthinking and a lot of stress. Some are experiencing things in relationships. Some are experiencing with physical health. And so people need our help. But if I do, I am able to actually help others as well. So doing this consistently is very, very important, so that, I support myself and I also support others, right? And as today's topic is finishing subservience, right? If I don't do this consistently, what happens is I get used to battling inside. There is no strength, because if you're physically feeling weak, you immediately go to doctor, they give an IV or, some kind of vitamin or something to boost your immunity quickly. So even in the same way for the soul as well, if the mind is not powerful, we get used to just battling all the time inside. And we get used to that kind of battling. For everything, we are just battling. We are unable to be a conqueror. We're battling with our anger. We are battling with our mood changes. We're battling how to accept somebody in life. We're battling how to forgive someone. We're battling from our own egos. Yes, everything, all of these things we are battling every single day. But if we are battling, what happens if you're battling for too long? You get tired, right? At one point you want to win, right? When you are in any kind of game, if you're playing and the game is not getting to anywhere, then you start to feel tired. In the same way, if we keep battling in life too much and not learn how to handle and not learn how to conquer it slowly, then it's difficult. At the end of the day, I'll be too tired and I'll feel like I can't meditate, it's too hard. I can't do this, it's too hard. But I battle when I don't understand the value of it. Right? If the doctor gives you some medicine to take, what is there to battle? You have to take it for your good health, right? In the same way, there are certain things I need to understand the value of certain things in life. Then I won't battle. Like if I understand what stress does to us, if I understand the value of my self-respect, if I understand self-care, if I understand how precious my mind is and how I need to use it, right? I will have less battles. I will battle when I have half knowledge about it. And half knowledge is dangerous, right? I battle when I don't understand the value of certain things. And we take it for granted. We become very loose. It's okay. This is life. That's how it goes on. Stress is part and parcel of life. But no, it is not. So in Hindi, there are two good words. It's called yogi and yodha. So you have to be a yogi. Yogi means one who understands the value of certain things, one who gives that time, one who understands what is important, where to actually tune in and where I need to, where I need to be extroverted, where I need to be introverted. What is important in life, what matters basically. But if I don't understand these things, then I'm just battling every single day with my emotions, with my, internal struggles. But I don't have to battle. I don't have to battle. Does anybody like to be subservient to anyone? The moment we feel any kind of subservience towards anyone, how do we feel? We feel suffocation, right? Nobody likes subservience. Every soul wants to be independent. Every soul wants to think independent. Every soul wants to be free and valued, right? And the thing is, actually, no one has the right. No one has the right to control anyone's life and to make anyone subservient. And I don't need to be subservient to anyone. Now, this is external matter, right? As we don't like, because the moment we feel subservience, we start to look at our rights. What is my right here? How can I be free from here? But internally, 1,000 million times we are becoming subservient to our own self. I am becoming subservient to my own self. Meaning I'm becoming subservient to my own mind, to my own senses. Forget about becoming subservient to others. I'm becoming subservient to my own self. My mind is not letting me think what I want to think. I'm becoming subservient to all these emotions. So we struggle not to be subservient to under anyone. We want to be free. In the same way, for the soul as well, internally as well, check how much you are free from your own subservience. How much you have conquered your own mind. How much you don't, how much you have conquered all these battles that we have, that you have. So one who is subservient, to oneself is always experiencing some kind of internal disturbance or sorrow. because you're trapped in your own thoughts. That's subservience. Like sometimes, if somebody is like trying to dominate us, we don't want to be in that environment. And then you start to think why this person is behaving like this. I don't want to be under them. Somewhere we use this word a lot. Oh, this one is taking advantage. Right? But what about my own senses? They're taking so much advantage of me. I, the soul who is the master, I, the soul who is the ruler, is no more ruler. My own senses have taken away my ruling position. My ruling status is gone today. And this is where, Raja Yoga teaches us again. Spirituality says you have to go back. It all begins from you. You are the soul who is the master of your senses. But today there is no mastership. We want to conquer everyone out there. I don't want to be under anyone to experience any kind of subservience. But every single moment I am in subservience to my own senses, my habits, subservient to my own habits. How many times I don't want to do something and I'm doing it.
Self-slavery, something like that.
Sorry?
Self-slavery.
Absolutely, self-slavery. Yeah, we are in slavery. Every moment we're slaves to our own self. Forget about others. So it's all about coming back to that self-sovereignty, that self-mastery. I need to come back to my self-mastery. Right? I am the ruler, not my senses. But this I have to learn and teach myself every single day.
Regularly.
The moment, my senses are acting, I have to be that ruler.
People don't do every day because they want a result like allopathy medicine. If you have a headache, just take Tylenol and within 1 hour, headache gone. And people want instant results.
Quick fix.
Quick fix, yes. And
Right.
meditation never give you instant result. It takes time. But once you start getting result, it lasts long.
Anything is like that.
Yes.
If you're getting a very quick result, that means there are side effects.
Side effects, yes.
Right? If you go for allopathic medicine, right, you're getting quick relief, but there are many side effects. So in the same way, it is, for the self as well. If there is just, I'm trying to get a quick fix, it's not happening. Internally, I have to work on it. Internally, I need to transform myself. Internally, I have to give time to myself. Right? There are no quick fixes in life. I have to make that effort. So think about this whole aspect of, subservience within yourself. Not with others, but within my own self. How much do I become subservient? How much do I battle, internally? So I have to be a yogi. Yogi doesn't mean that, you're wearing like, white clothes or some orange clothes and then you're going and sitting in the mountain. I am the yogi. No. Yogi is the mindset. A yogi means who balances all his powers. A yogi means one who is a ruler, who knows, who is sitting on the throne of self-respect and who has absolute that control, that power over the senses. The moment your mind goes towards something like, your mind goes wild or anywhere, even slight deviation, I must not allow that. I have to catch it quickly. But sometimes what happens is we allow to have these waste and negative thoughts so much. So eventually it's like I'm becoming subservient. Why people experience depressions these days? Depressed because they're in their own thoughts. Those thoughts are slowly, it's like killing oneself. So understand this, this whole concept of being a ruler for my own senses. It's not that I'm pretending to be a ruler. I am. I am a ruler. I am the master. I am a soul. And these senses are actually my servants. I have to use these senses. I have to order my senses. And this is what the whole thing we learn in Raj Yoga. To order these senses. Because all these years of our life, we've just used the mind, in whatever way, the senses, whatever way. And so a lot of subtle and physical habits we have created. And with those subtle and physical habits, we have become like subservient. It's very, very subtle. We start to believe that this is what I am. It's like we started to believe I cannot do this, and I cannot do it. It's like if you're always telling yourself, I'm confused. For every clear thing, I will say I'm confused. No, it's like a subservience. You are becoming a subservient. You're becoming a servant to your own intellect, which cannot be stable, which is jumping from here to there. Though things are very clear in front of me, still my mind it's like my intellect cannot stay stable. It's always jumping. It's like I'm always having confusion, even with little things. Okay. Yeah, so that's like a subservience to my own intellect. Like, say, for example, like some people have habit of overthinking, even a little task. Then they overthink how this, that, too much. And so with that, I'm losing so much of inner power, inner strength. So it's like, just check, what are those habits I have become subservient to? And this subservient, naturally we are doing it. So subservient means naturally I'm bowing down, right? Like a subject when he sees the king. Okay, one is bowing down with respect, for someone's greatness. You bow down. Oh, wow, what a wonderful person. What a wonderful soul. I bow. But one is you're bowing down because just for bowing's sake, or sometimes out of fear, you're bowing down, towards someone. What will they say? So you get trapped in that. In the same way with the mind and the senses, subtle senses. So out of fear. So it's very subtle. You have to check this subservience. It's a very subtle attitude, internally. Even when things are clear, even though I know I shouldn't be doing this, I'm just doing it. It's like, I have to show you this. It's very interesting. Um, let's see if I find. Maybe not. Yeah. rather than yes. But there is a nice cartoon how, like even like the drugs also, no? Someone created like how when you take a drug, you're happy, your life is going happy and well, and suddenly you come across this substance, and then first you ignore, but then somewhere you're pulled. You think, let me see what is this, and you take that substance and you go very high, right? But then when you're going very high, internally you're becoming weak. You're becoming addicted to it. And then the second time, like again, you're okay, but you're going, again, you find it. Again, you take it because you have the taste of it. So you take it again. And so again, you go high. But then internally you became more weak. So because your weakness is increasing, you're not going that high than the previous time. So the third time, the fourth time, and then you get so addicted, you're searching for it because you've become so weak, you've become addicted to it. So like that in, so many ways, even like, some look for stress. Even when everything is okay, they don't want to be okay. When there is no stress, they think, oh, everything is okay. Life is bored. I have to look for some stress. And so these patterns of emotions we get used to, and then we become more and more subservient to our own self. So the more we battle, the more we lose the power. And battle will always happen. When you try to do something good, there will always be an opposition. Now, if you think this whole week I'm going to be peaceful, right? This whole week, okay, I'm not going to have any negative waste thoughts. After 2 days, there will definitely be a chaotic situation, which you will have to deal with it. Right? Definitely after 2 days, there is a chaotic situation.
The more you resist, more you persist.
Yes, that's right. The more you resist, it'll come to you, right?
Yeah.
But then the thing is that after 2 days, that situation came to me as a test paper. And sometimes we don't realize that's a test paper. So they say, like, wherever there is goodness, you will be tested. Okay, you said for this, 4 to 5 days, you will be having no waste thoughts. Then the waste thought will come from somewhere, meaning some situation will come where, if I understand that, this is just a test paper, I need to pass it. Otherwise, what happens? Then we get subservient to that test paper, right? And then we feel, oh, okay, I did this, but look, all these thoughts came. So the thing is, whenever you want to do something good, there will be a chaotic moment, a chaotic situation. A test paper will come to test me for sure, right? But when that test paper comes, if I remember, then I won't be battling. Because whenever a test paper comes, what we do, we just keep battling. No? We go into that battle. We are used to battling. And I think we like to battle. Even when somebody gives us a solution, we'll say, no, I don't want to be in solution. I'll be in a problem. Subservience. Somebody saying, here is the way, go. But still, no, I will sit and think, yeah, this is part of the life. Many behave like that. This is part of life, I'll sit and think like this. But they don't want to do anything about it. So finishing internal subservience, as we don't like externally being subservient to anyone, in the same way, internally also, a soul has a right to live in freedom. A soul has a right to be a ruler. A soul has a right to think order, the senses. A soul has a right to do, because as we look into the rights, right to freedom, right to speech, freedom to speech, in the same way, I have the rights too, the rights of the soul. So I need to look into those rights of the soul and not become subservient to my own thoughts and my own way of being, right? What do you think? Any thoughts you have? And one other thing is also, doubt. Having doubts is also subservient. Some people have doubts about everything. There is no peace of mind at all. Doubts about this, doubts about that. For every little thing, they have a doubt. And so that doubt will never have, make us be free. Because if once a person has a doubt about something, he's like caught up in it. There is no freedom. It's like, oh, maybe this is happening, maybe that is happening. Doubt will never allow me to be free. It's like doubting about things is also kind of subservience. And then some have the deep habit of being too secretive. Oh, my life, nobody should know what's going on. Nobody should know. Like they create a huge wall between people and them, and everything they like to do. And that's how they behave also. Internally, the way we are, externally also we behave like that. Like, they talk about artists a lot, right? Like they say, the kind of art an artist creates, what kind of mind he has, thoughts he has, which comes out in the form of an art. Sometimes you can say what kind of artist and what's going on inside them. In the same way, our actions actually show what kind of person we are internally. So some have the habit of doing everything secret, even like externally also, they prepare things like that. They don't like anyone visiting their home. They close, even if they're in their room, like they're always closed. They have barriers, like they behave like that in a very closed way. They don't allow anyone to enter into their life.
Self-centered.
Yeah, very self-centered, or that's, yeah, you're right, self-centered in one way. They're only focused on themselves, and they're very fearful of anyone, touching their world in any way. So that is also a kind of subservience, because they're subservient to their own needs and wants. And they create these barriers, the walls, huge walls, that no one should even look into their life. So that is also one kind of subservience. Then, you don't have people around you, because you've created that world for your own self, to be alone and to not allow anyone to get into that. And so that is another kind of subservience. So we all have very unique ways of subservience if we really look. Some become actually fearful of everything. That is another subservience. Fear. Something will happen, or they live in that fear of subservience. And then they don't believe anything. They don't trust anyone. They don't believe anything. That is another kind of subservience. Another one is like internally being too stubborn, not listening to anyone. It's my way or the highway. Being too headstrong about things is also another subservience. I'm not knowing that I am trapped in my own opinions and my own way of being, and not having a learning attitude. If I don't have learning attitude in my life, then I cannot move on. Right? Learning attitude is very, very important. But I don't know if somebody is even telling me, this is the way, then I feel immediately, no. Like this person is trying to make me, so I know everything. Like I don't want to learn from anyone anything.
Yeah, there's a doubt.
There is a doubt, and there is like, sort of like subtle ego inside, that this person is trying to control me. Even genuinely, if you're asking them to, sit in a particular place, or, according to certain needs. So like, that's why there are, where I have to follow certain rules and regulations, I have to follow. I cannot drive on the left side saying that, no, I'll drive wherever I want on the road. No. Then I'm the one who is in the trouble, right? I have to follow rules and regulations. If I go on my own way, then I'm creating obstacles for my own self. There are certain rules, and if there is, the speed limit is 25, I have to drive 25. I can't say I'll drive the way I want. No, then I'm the one who will be in trouble. So sometimes we become too headstrong and we don't listen, and we feel like somebody is like, trying to like control, but actually forget about somebody controlling you, but you yourself are not in control with your own senses. So the subservience of stubbornness and subservience of, feeling that somebody is controlling. So I have to deal all of this being a yogi. So go back to this concept of yogi. I'm a yogi. I'm not yodha, meaning I'm not a one who's battling every time in my life. I don't want to battle, because when I follow the right way, right things will happen at the right time. Right? I don't have to battle with anything. I don't have to battle even to do this meditation. I have to go to the meditation and I have to meditate. Why I have to battle? I don't have to battle. When I have the interest, when I know the value, I just do it. Because it's benefiting me. I know the benefits of it. If I'm overthinking, I don't know if I understand the value of the power of my thoughts and my own energy. Why I have to waste? Is it worth for me thinking about this? Then when I actually understand the value of it, I'm not subservient to it. So there are things to do in the right way, and then things flow. I don't have to battle about anything in life. Have that peace of mind. Do things in the right way. I am the ruler. I have to just be the ruler right here. The moment I get confused, wait a second, why am I getting confused? I'm not being a yogi. I'm being a warrior there. Warrior means battling. Why I have to even get confused? Let me be a yogi. Let me be the ruler and hold my senses. Give that space and time for that peace, for my remembrance. And then I'm not a warrior anymore. If I'm confused about anything, just silently sit and do some journaling, write. Why am I confused? Or I'm battling with my own sanskar. Now I have to ask myself, why am I even battling with this? I don't have to battle because it's bringing me, it's taking my energy. I have to be a yogi and fix it. So there is always a way. I don't have to battle in life for anything. There is always a way. And I can find that way. Every single day, give yourself that precious knowledge. There is a solution. I don't have to battle this life. I just need to find the right ways. And those right ways also, I don't have to struggle and battle. It will come. For sure, it'll come. And where there is love, everything is easy. Right? If I actually love something to do, it is easy. I don't have to battle. Even like, with someone, if my relationship is not good, I don't have to battle. I need to fix this. I need to fix with this person. No, just be in my self-respect. I have to go back to being a yogi, meaning being in my self-respect. Then naturally it happens. But what happens is, instead of doing the groundwork, we are always running to do something else. Oh, I need to fix this. I need to, my thoughts, my habits. I don't. But what I have to do, that I'm not doing it. But I'm running externally, I'm trying to fix something. But I have to just go back to internal work again and again and again. I have to be that yogi and things will fall into place to be the true love. So just go back to yourself. I, the soul, and all the solutions lie there. I am a soul, that's soul, all the solutions lie there. Right? So I'll pause here. I would like to hear your thoughts about this. Anything that, that you think of and about this. Me, actually, you unmuted, but I was just continuing. Please share.
No, basically it was the same thing that, when somebody tells you the solution, because you are in your own box, you don't want it's just the doubt is still there. No, there must be a reason that this person is saying something, and that may not be helpful to myself, but it will be helpful to them. So that's like, there's always doubts there, and that's what, we are always basically servants of that doubts and servant of the thoughts that we are thinking of negative about that,
Right.
solution. Whereas there's a possibility, there's a positive solution.
Right.
Which, you don't want to come out of the box and look into that, because I am very comfortable in my own box and I think that I can find a solution here. But how are you going to get to a solution if you don't move out of the box?
True. Absolutely. Yeah. That is so true. Sometimes even somebody is trying to be genuine with you, or, maybe they're trying to patch up, or something hasn't happened and, they're trying to be nice or patch up. Like the first thought will be, oh, what do they want now? Like, what is that, another plan to take advantage, I guess. Then we ourselves actually are creating those barriers not to patch up. And
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Yeah, because in this world, I would say in this yuga, it's hard to have trust. And that's what is like totally missing. It started missing a little bit. Now it's like almost 99% gone, right? You can't trust anybody. And that's what the doubts are. But that doubts are actually hindering yourself, because why not try for the solution? And if it doesn't work, still nothing has changed in your problem anyway, right?
Right.
So,
but that's what it is. I don't have to work on the trust. I have to work internally myself.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then naturally the trust will come.
Trust
but if I'm trying to work on the trust, it won't work.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I have to work internally, silently on my own self. Then the trust aspect. Then naturally it's like the power of discernment, I will be able to like experience that power to discern, what is right and what is wrong, where I have to step in, where I have to step back. Mm-hmm. So helping me to understand and have trust, or, be safe from something. So I don't have to work on the external matter of trust. How can I have trust with them? I have to trust them. Oh no, I can't trust them. No, that is again still battle. You have to go back inside. internally, go to your own self. Just work on yourself, your internal peace, your internal remembrance, your internal reflections. And that is actually helping you to empower yourself with the power of discernment. And that discernment will actually help. Okay, no, I feel this is not something where I want to go. Okay, this is where I want to be, where I want to go. So internally, when we work, externally, it's helping me to take the right decisions and all that. But that's what we are doing. Externally, we are working, but internally, we are losing it.
Yeah, that's right. Yes. Thank you.
Sure.
I have a question.
Sure.
You were saying about being in your own box, meaning being in your own world. Is that what she's
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like the box.
Yeah, you limit yourself. You're in a box, like you're in your own
In your own
cage.
world.
You don't know your own world.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, I mean, even though there is something, somebody's giving you a solution or what, but you don't want to look into it, because you're not trusting it. Like you're in your own world,
Oh.
you're not,
Okay.
yeah, you're not looking at the bigger picture. You have,
Right.
meaning your own world also means your own mindset. So you're in your own mindset that, you're,
Not being open to what other people
yes,
tell you or.
Exactly.
like you're not in a learning,
Right.
mode. Like you're not open to any kind of learning. This is it. This is the way I am. This is what I've been doing. This is what I'll do. I know. Yeah.
Constrain yourself, never open up to the people, no sharing,
No
not
sharing, yeah.
expose too much.
No exposure.
Cynical, shy, introvert.
Yes.
Mm.
All of that is also one kind of subservience, to being too shy and
Yes.
yeah, all of this. Yeah. There are so many interesting sanskars, interesting, subtle habits we have created.
Beliefs
Yeah,
also.
yeah, I
So
believe.
people get like, they can let go of their beliefs.
Yeah, and sometimes people say, oh, this is how we've been doing, this is part of our life, and
Like they get used to that.
they get used to that. Yeah.
They get used to that. At the same time, they keep on complaining, but never try to work on themselves. They try to work on themselves, and after a certain period of time, they give up.
Right.
Give up hope and everything, and they never try. So again, they for those particular circumstances control them. So that is also happening.
Yeah.
So we have to keep continue without losing hope. Whatever is
Right.
that meditation, whether it is I'm not getting result within a month, let us continue for another 6 months.
See, a result is always there.
Always
The
there.
moment you take a step,
Yes.
there is a result, but you have to, you're taking steps. So I can't say like, reaching halfway, you have climbed like 10 steps. You can't say there is no result. There is, because you've already climbed 10 steps.
Yes, yes.
Having patience.
Yeah.
Patient, yeah.
Patience and yes.
And
Having
after
patience.
reaching the 10 step, you will also have some other problem as well.
Yeah, I
Again,
mean,
you have to work
always
on that.
see, this is where, where there is, like how they say, where there is God, they say like in Hindi, where there is Mela, there is Jhamela, meaning where there is goodness, there will be something, something to test you. There will be some kind of upheaval there.
But that's there to make you stronger.
Stronger,
Yeah.
yes,
That's why those things happen. To make you
Absolutely.
stronger.
yeah. Rather than sitting and complaining, that's what it is. If I look at it, this is test paper for me to make it stronger, then I would actually work on it, rather than, because there will be chaos. So until you reach the last step, you will be tested in one form or the other. So I can't say that, I haven't got the result. No, you are in the process.
It is the whole life journey. You will always have a problem. It is never ending. It is a transformation. It is ongoing.
Yeah.
Nobody can
Again-
say I am transformed completely. No.
Right. No. Transformation is always happening.
Happening, yes.
It's always
ongoing.
happening. And when you have a test paper, it's like a yardstick to check. I'm checking, okay, this much I have to still do. I have to still move on. Yeah, work on this. Gladys, you want to share anything?
Om Shanti Sistemati.
Om Shanti.
Yes, I was thinking about, you mentioned at the beginning of the session about healing and transforming. So for this healing and transforming, we need to stay always, keep the company of our Father, keep the company of God, and also keep the company of the family, keep the good company and the support, the sustenance from the center. So that's why it is so important to keep, this Thursdays going on, and share as much time as we can with the center and with every event that might be available for the
Right.
ones that are not, attending daily. So because the benefit is so great, and that's when we will make our minds powerful and be able. Another phrase that you use, it was very beautiful, is you said, when you do things in the right way, everything will flow. And by giving time to our yoga, our meditations, and even by giving time to be in silence in ourselves, in connection with our Father, we'll be building little by little, drop by drop, this power that will take us away from any fears, any doubts, this vaccine thing that you mentioned, this vaccine, and automatically, I guess this will, help us come out of any of these subservience ways that we have, So that's what I was taking from the session of tonight. Thank you very much, Stemabi.
Thank you. Thank you, Gladys. Beautiful sharing. Thank you. Okay, so let's sit in 2 minutes meditation. And I just wanted to mention to all of you about a program that we have on August 20th. But before that, just let's take 2 minutes of just deep silence. Just center yourself. Whatever you're doing, just for a few moments, just pause. And very quickly detach from this external scenes of drama. But I turn inwards. Internally. I'm a soul. I'm the master. The being who is silent, the being who is free. I'm not caged to any bondage. I can think right. I am the master and not subservient to any emotions. I, the soul, and all my senses are like my friends who listen to me. I take a moment of deep silence and experience I, the soul. Om Shanti.